Most investors have heard of something called dollar cost averaging. It's usually touted as one of the advantages of investing across time to a portfolio, and indeed it sure looks advantageous. In fact, it seems like you buy even more when the price is down than when it goes up. And to make this perfectly clear, if we had, say, $120 coming in each month, we would be investing at, let's say, a price starting at $10. We'd get full amount invested, 12 shares. And let's say if the price went to $12 the next month for the shares, and we still had 120 coming in, we'd buy 10 shares. Of course, on the other hand, if the price fell by the same amount from the original $10 to $8, we would buy 15 shares, and if it went back, we'd back to our original purchase amount based upon the next $120 payment coming in. And I never paid much attention to it because my interests were elsewhere, and also because I knew that inherently the question to do otherwise was moot, in that you don't have many other choices. You have, let's say, monthly retirement income coming in to be invested, and your other choices are, well, to not invest it, which misses the whole point. You'd probably, except for the recent events, not get as good a return. Or you could maybe accelerate the investment, which probably isn't even possible, or if so, would be economically undesirable given the interest rates associated with advanced borrowing. But, I decided to work the numbers out, and when I did, much to my pleasant surprise, I showed that it was moot in another way, and that is, it doesn't make any difference. So I gave this the old college try, in my case perhaps literally, where we had the simulation, a Monte Carlo routine if you will, of let's say 10,000 runs, and took the monthly standard deviation, normally distributed, about what we observe in the real world, and ran it across 480 monthly periods, 40 years if you will, investing the same amount each month, and then took the total number of shares acquired at each one of these runs and multiplied it times the terminal price, which is what the value would be, and then distributed it, a frequency, if you will, maybe spectrum distribution of where those occurred, computing the means for each one of those terminal prices, and noted that for the entire combination of all results, the expected value for the portfolio was identical as expected to the initial price, and that the mean here, which was that value, and let's not confuse that with the median, which for any geometric arithmetic security price system does systematically become lower than the mean, in that the median has to become lower in order to compensate for those upward prices that go unbounded upward but are bounded by zero downward. Well, one should also note that the median price, the price that's halfway above and below, exactly as expected, much to my pleasure, turned out to have the same as the mean price as expected for the entire portfolio, which means, as I always suspected, that the dollar cost averaging, while an interesting exercise, first, there is not much other choice anybody has in the meantime, and secondly, does not produce excess returns. This is Dr. C Invests.